Hello, everyone. I'm here today with Kehinde Olabimtan. Kehinde is a Doctor of Ministry student here at St. Stephen's College. He began his program in 2017, and he's expecting to finish in the next couple of years. Kehinde not only is a student here at the college, but he teaches some of our University of Alberta undergraduate courses as well. And he's taught a couple of those courses for the last couple of years. Kehinde, we're so excited that you're here, and it's really nice to talk with you and meet with you like this. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Yeah. So Kehinde, I'm going to start with just the simple basic question to start, which is, what attracted you to St. Stephen's? How did you end up here, and how did you come into the program here at St. Steve's?
Well, it was in 2016. By then, my interest has started, was already developing in the area of ecology and theology. Okay, because my background was in the built environment, and I've been in theology, and I felt, well, I could have a hyphenated course, ecology and theology. And then I was looking for schools in North America, okay? So in Canada in particular, that is running, a graduate program. And I saw some masters. And then a friend who happened to be in St. Stephen told me about this place. And I just said, okay, Doctor of Ministry, there's no problem. It was when I was reading through the details of the Doctor of Ministry, and I discovered that, oh, St. Stephen has eco-theology. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And it happened to be the only school I knew at the time running it at a doctoral level, theological school running at a doctoral level. So it just fitted perfectly into what I was looking for. And I said, okay, this is it. Okay. And it was the only school that I applied to. I got it. There's no need wasting my time around with any other fellows. So that was how I got to end up here.
Yeah. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And Kehinde, you've come from Nigeria.
Yes.
Yeah. And so it's been wonderful to have you here at the college. And boy, it's been a great experience to journey with you over the last couple of years and looking ahead to the next few years as well. Kehinde, what do you feel, or what have you found to be unique about your studies at St. Steve's, or about the courses you've been able to teach at St. Steve's? What has been unique in your experience at this institution compared to others?
Over the years, my academic training has been essentially, I would say maybe ivory tower kind of, theoretical. But when I came into the deeming program in St. Stephen, I found it very, very complementary to life. It's not just learning theories and principles. Those are very essential, and I'm happy, I've met capable, faculties, who has helped me in that respect. But there is this aspect of life, okay, that comes with learning, that humanizes knowledge and learning. Put feelings into what you are doing. It's one thing that I found very exciting, and very, very, interesting, because in the process of going through this method of learning, some aspects of my own personal deficiency, came alive to me, okay, my inadequacies. And so I found it helpful for my learning and for my growth, okay? So that humanness, okay, or humanity that is tied to academic learning, St. Stephen very unique, and I really appreciate it, and it excites me, about learning for the purpose of life.
Yeah, that's wonderful. We at the college, we talk about educating the whole person,
Yeah.
And I think that's what you're speaking to, is that sense of,
Exactly.
that this is not just an intellectual endeavor, but it touches all parts of our lived experiences.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you. You've touched on this a bit, but maybe we could flesh it out a little more. You know, we are always striving to grow and to become a more diverse community at St. Stephen's. And there's lots of different kinds of diversity, and there are some kinds of diversity that we excel at, and other kinds of diversity where we need to grow in. I wonder, how has the diversity that you've experienced at St. Stephen's enriched or enhanced your experience at the college?
Yeah. Um, I come from the culture where I come from. We also have a measure of diversity, but coming this way is a giant leap. Coming to a more cosmopolitan environment,
Right.
than where I come from. It's not as if I've not been asked before, but now when you stay around people for a long time,
Yeah.
the learning is deeper. You have time to reflect, to test it again and again.
Yeah.
Stephen, staying this long in St. Stephen, is helping me to appreciate, more about the things I've known maybe on the surface before. I thought I've got a few things, but when I stayed around people longer,
right,
I'm able to process it. So St. Stephen diversity, remaining in that context for a sustained period of time, allows you to test it again and again, to see it again and again. In the process, I find myself, my perspective was changing gradually. I'm coming to appreciate, different views, even in academic learning, including when I'm teaching students. The first course that I taught, I had 2 Africans there and 2 Caucasians, and I was surprised, pleasantly surprised, the way the 2 Caucasians, the girl and the guy, the way they performed in that course. That I came to understand that, look, learning can be very beneficial to students and to lecturers, because
right.
they responded back in the material was very profound to me. The African fellows in that class didn't give me that,
Right.
because we came from the same assumptions, cultural assumptions. But having a different views from these 2 Caucasians was, blew my mind, and I was really, there was no way I could have got, that kind of experience,
Right.
So this is part of, what the diversity is doing, not just when I'm learning, but even when I'm teaching and my students are interacting with me. It was very great. It was profound.
Well, Kehinde, I've really appreciated your time. I have one last question for you. We live at such an interesting time in history right now. There are real and there are tangible needs in our world. And I wonder how your education at St. Steve's is equipping you to do that work in this world, to meet those real and tangible needs in our world today.
As a student of eco-theology, I am at the very heart of one of the most challenging realities of our time. And I'm thankful that, St. Stephen has been able to link me up with resource persons, who are very versatile, in this field. The issue of poverty, ecological challenges that is facing the whole world are the things that I've been learning, and not just learning in the class, but also through the help of, faculties in St. Stephen, and another person in the university. I was linked up, with, a garden northeast of Edmonton, where I have seen people, working, towards, disciplined use of environmental resources. You can't be in this field without getting involved in a measure of ideology, between consumption and conservation and all this kind of thing. I find myself, really immersed, in that struggle, in that tension, being on the side of those who feel that, look, we have something to preserve for coming generation. All these linkages, were made possible through St. Stephen's, for me. And I must say that, I feel it, we have the problem in Africa, resources, which has led to violence. We don't even know how to handle it. But here I'm able to see how, we can get, to the very basic of the matter with the people who are struggling, with the consequences, of ecological challenges in our time. And I feel I'm being prepared, or I'm being fashioned, in my own little corner, to learn, to be part of the solution. Okay, the resources has been so generously present, for me in terms of person through the place where I do the field work. I've met other people, professors, University of Alberta, okay, who interact in that place, and we found ourselves, dialoguing about some of these issues, opening doors, opening opportunities, giving guidance. Have you thought of this? Have you thought of that? So that network that St. Stephen's opened up for me is really shaping, my understanding, my perspective, and possibilities for the future.
Yeah.
Very grateful for that.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. Eco-theology is, I think, more relevant than ever. And
Yes.
the need in that world, well, I shouldn't even say that world, because it is our world, right?
Our world, yes.
It's the world we all are in, and we all have
Exactly.
to rise to that need. And
Yes.
so
Yes.
the work you're doing is, I think, really timely, and
Yes.
is showing good leadership, right?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Kehinde. This has been such a joy. It's always nice to connect with you. I always enjoy our conversations,
Yes.
and
Yes.
looking forward to having more. You said earlier, you talked about the community and the experience of being in the community with many people here at St. Steve's. And, it's such a challenge right now as we're all off campus, and we're all, trying to connect as best we can.
Yes.
So having this little conversation today has enriched my day, and I appreciate that very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Good. You have a good day. We'll talk soon.
You too. Bye-bye.